Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, the site for tonight's matchup between the Roseburg boys basketball team and the South Medford Panthers. It's a big battle in the Southwest Conference tonight as the Panthers come in with a 7-0 record sitting in first place. Right behind them in second is Roseburg with a 4-2 record in conference play. The top two teams in the Southwest Conference meeting tonight for a second time this season. We'll see how this one plays out this evening for the Roseburg and South Medford boys basketball teams. Welcome in, everybody, to High School Hoops here on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com, where you can watch tonight's game streaming live for free. Join in with the broadcast coverage there and enjoy this evening's video simulcast of Roseburg High Sports. As we make our way towards tip-off here tonight, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys. Roseburg's been off for a week. Last time they played was here at home against the Sheldon Irish last Tuesday. Meanwhile, the South Medford Panthers coming off of a week that saw them win 3 games, won a non-conference, also 2 conference games last week for South Medford. Roseburg looking to try and put South Medford's 17-game conference winning streak to bed here tonight. We'll see if they can do that as we get ready for tip-off coming up in just a little bit. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys in our pregame show. You're listening and watching Roseburg High basketball here on this Tuesday night from Roseburg High School on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Back here with more of our pregame on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Tonight, the Roseburg boys begin the second half of Southwest Conference play, and they get first place South Medford here at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. We get a chance to welcome in head coach Jordan Humphreys in here with us. Coach, one half of league play in the books, you guys had the bye right there in the middle to get you guys ready for the second half of conference play. I imagine that gives you some time to kind of reflect and see how you guys did and get ready to face teams for a second time. What's the last week been like for Roseburg basketball?
Yeah, definitely it's good to have that post-bye. We kind of get to kind of change some things up as far as what we do so that teams get a different look in the second half, and just some small tweaks for us to get us prepared, and also we get to see all the other teams play on that bye night. Obviously, after playing Sheldon, we got to see them play South Medford last Friday night, and then get to face South Medford tonight. So kind of good scout game for us to see opponents to come and how we match up comparatively.
What'd you take from that? Looking based on scores, obviously you guys did what you did against Sheldon, and then a 10-point win for South Medford. We know South is undefeated, but what do you take from a game? What do you kind of scout from that?
A lot of it's matchup based.
Yeah.
The matchup that they have with South is different than the matchup that we have with Sheldon. Obviously, watching it, seeing what Coach Orton's game plan was against South, I got to see that and kind of tweak some stuff for us that maybe we want to try and be prepared for against South, and just kind of prepare a little bit differently based on that.
We've talked plenty of times about kind of how the conference might shape out this year, and I don't think anybody's going to be shocked that South Medford's sitting in first place, but a team that has now won 17 straight conference games. What about them has just led to continued success for what the Panthers have been able to do in conference play?
Well, obviously the winning culture helps. They expect to win night in and night out. They have the guys that have been through winning seasons with upperclassmen, and so that's just the expectation. You can't recreate a culture, and it just takes time. And they've put that time in and built it over 10, 15, I don't know how many years. And our job tonight, our goal tonight, is to start breaking that culture.
Let's see. I think I've been out of college for about 20 years now, and I remember as a college student going to Matthew Knight Arena. Not Matthew Knight, MacArthur Court, and watching Kevin Love and Kyle Singler square off. So, They've been good for a little while down there at South Medford. Their most recent guy is this Bodie Howell, who we saw a lot out of him as a freshman, and this year he's doing it again, coming off of a week where he averaged over 30 points and put up 40 in a game. Just what kind of difficulties does he bring to you as you guys try to game plan for stopping South Medford tonight?
He's long and he's athletic, and he's played a lot of basketball. It's hard to replace experience, and he's played a lot of basketball, not just in Oregon, but all over the place. And it helps to have a guard alongside of him, Jackson Leland, who's played just as much basketball and is just as good an athlete and just as good of a player. And if you put them together, along with a coach that knows what he's doing, then it's going to be pretty tough to shake them, and they're going to be able to do a lot of things that they want to do.
As you guys get ready for it, looking back at the first meeting, we did talk about kind of some of the mental aspects. It felt like that was kind of one of the big takeaways for you in that game, was that you guys went down there and reverted to some old tendencies in just kind of the mental aspect and approach of the game. And a lot of that came back to that winning culture at South Medford, where it's a tough place to play because they're so used to winning down there. As you get ready for this one, we've talked about playing at home in front of an energized crowd, that you've got to keep these guys kind of focused on the task at hand. What's been the conversation leading into tonight's matchup to get these guys in the right headspace?
The conversation starts with going back to the first time we played them. We really only played poorly for about 4 to 5 minutes in the third quarter. In the first half, we were up and down with them. It was 23-22. With a minute to go, it was 30-28, and we gave up 2 quick buckets at the end. So really, first half we played great basketball. Third quarter, we had a little bit of a meltdown. The conversation is, well, first time we played Mountain View, we had a rough third quarter. Second time we played them, we came back and we had a better game and we beat them. And so that's the same conversation. How have we gotten better since the last time we played them? And it's going to be that mental toughness to start the game and throughout the whole game. And when you play good teams, you play great teams, then you can't have possessions off.
And you guys get a chance to be at home. How excited do the guys seem to be about the fact that they get a chance to play in front of their friends, their family here at home, in a place that's going to be jazzed against the top team in the conference?
Yeah, the community keeps coming out and supporting us. We keep getting more fans every game and a lot more faces every night, and it gets louder, and that's fun. Everybody likes to play in crowded and loud environments. Everybody in the stands likes it when everybody else gets loud, and it just creates a fun environment for the community, which is what we want. We want to have something that fans look to come to on Tuesday nights or Friday nights and look forward to seeing seeing some good basketball.
All right, Coach. Have a good one out there tonight, and we'll look forward to seeing how things go for you.
Yeah, be prepared to be scared.
That is head coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here in our pregame show as we count down to tip-off here between Roseburg and South Medford. Joey Keyran here with you tonight. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and joining the broadcast. Again, you can find us streaming live online at 541radio.com, where tonight's action, you can watch the game there for free. So check that out. You can also follow us on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube. You'll find us there. Subscribe, and you can follow Roseburg High Sports all throughout the calendar year. It'll be fun to see how things continue to go for the boys team here this season, as Roseburg boys basketball is right in the thick of things in the Southwest Conference chase, but right now sitting 2 games behind South Medford with 6 games left to go. Right now, Roseburg at 14-4 overall in the season, 4-2 in conference play. South Medford at 7-0 and 15-5 overall. It's the first time this week that a team from the Southwest Conference has entered into the OSAA coaches poll. We've seen a lot of teams in there, and there's a lot of great teams around the entire state in high school hoops. But the Southwest Conference had not been given any sort of love in the coaches poll. But this week, South Medford finally cracking into that poll done of coaches around the state at the 6A level. South Medford entering into the poll at number 10. South Medford right now sitting at number 9 in the latest OSAA power rankings, which are based off of your schedule, wins and losses, home and away, all of those kind of factors, a mathematical equation to kick out your ranking and your seeding going into the postseason. Roseburg not far behind them at number 13. If those numbers hold for both these two teams, they would get home first-round playoff games coming up in the postseason. South Medford coming off of a 61-51 win over Sheldon at home on Friday. The 17th consecutive Southwest Conference win for the Panthers. They've also now gone to 7-0 in conference play. They've won 9 straight this season. Only 3 losses. Well, when the first 2 teams met the last time, the South Medford only had 3 losses on their record. And actually, sorry, this stat remains. They've got 3 losses against teams from the state of Oregon, if I can read my own notes right. Those 3 losses against teams from Oregon, number 9 ranked Central Catholic. Central Catholic number 9 in the coaches poll. The number 1 team in the 5A coaches poll, Summit. And then West Salem, who is number 11 in the OSAA power rankings right now. Those are the 3 losses for South Medford this season. So they've been pretty good, and the teams that they have fallen against are teams that have been very good throughout this season as well. Meanwhile, Roseburg coming off of a 73-46 win over Sheldon, so both teams coming off of a victory against the Irish. Roseburg played Sheldon last Tuesday. Roseburg had a tight first quarter with Sheldon, but stretched it to a double-digit lead by halftime. Sheldon got to within 3 points in the third quarter, but RHS outscored Sheldon 23-4 in the fourth quarter as Roseburg would pull away for the big victory. It was their largest win in conference play, 27 points. RHS had 12 three-pointers in that game and had 3 players with double figures, 10 or more in that game. RHS broke a tie with Sheldon with that win, taking over sole possession of second place. Right now, looking at your conference standings, South Medford in first, Roseburg in second, North Medford right behind Roseburg in third at 4-3. So they're just a half game behind Roseburg. Grants Pass is at 3-4. They're in a tie with Sheldon, also 3-4, for fourth place in the conference standings. In sixth place is South Eugene at 2-5, and then you've got Willamette at 1-6, bringing up the rear at the moment in the conference standings. Tonight in the Southwest Conference, North Medford on the road at Grants Pass, playing there at Heater Newman Gymnasium. Also tonight, Willamette is playing crosstown rivals Sheldon this evening. South Eugene has the night off. Looking back to Friday last week, the scores from around the conference, South Medford beating Sheldon 61-51. North Medford defeated South Eugene 97-65, a huge score there. And then Grants Pass winning over Willamette 58-24 as they put that defense on display once again. Two teams with a lot at stake here tonight and looking to try and really get things humming as we get ready for the second half of the league season here. Coming into tonight, the Roseburg boys averaging 72.7 points per game, giving up an average of 59.2. They've got a season high of 95 points scored. On the other side, South Medford averaging 60.6 points per game and giving up an average of 52.8. The Panthers' season high is 89. Both teams coming up into the matchup shooting in the mid-40s. South Medford at 44% on their field goal percentages. Roseburg at 43%. The Panthers shoot 31% from behind the arc. Roseburg 32%. South Medford has the edge on the free throw line at 73% on the season. Roseburg at 66%. Last time the two teams met, South Medford pulled off the 71-59 win at home against Roseburg back on January 10th. Roseburg trailed the entire game in that one, but did have it down. They were down by 12 in the first half, got it to within 3 points to start the third quarter, but then Roseburg went scoreless for nearly 4.5 minutes. South Medford went on a 17-0 run to put the game out of reach. RHS had only 4 3-pointers in that game. Of course, you know, if you've watched Roseburg basketball, they like to shoot the three. Well, it's great to have you with us here. The band is here. The place is packed. It is really filling up here tonight. One of the biggest crowds I've seen here at Roseburg High for a basketball game in quite some time. Should be in for a good one here tonight. Remember to stay with us in the postgame show coming up. Once this one's done, we'll have your Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. That's Mountain Mike's Pizza the way it ought to be. Stop by to fill up after home games or come by to watch the live stream during away games. And also in the postgame, we'll acknowledge tonight's In the Paint rebound leader, brought to you by Colorcraft, the only Benjamin Moore dealer in Douglas County. So when it's time for you to get in the paint, you can expect perfect matches with Colorcraft and Benjamin Moore. Remember, Colorcraft is a paint store, not a paint department. We are just about ready for tip-off in this one. Roseburg and South Medford. Going to be an electric atmosphere here tonight at Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. As we get ready for the national anthem, we'll go ahead and take our final break of the pregame show. And when we come back, it's time to take a look at your starting lineups between the Panthers and the Indians. And as we get ready to do that, we'll hold here real sec. Roseburg and South Medford about to square off. Roseburg in the home whites, South Medford in the road blacks. The JV score real quick for you. The JV team, Roseburg's JV team, winning 62-56, a big comeback win for them. They got down by double digits early in the first quarter and fought their way back. I didn't think they had much of a chance there. All righty, we will go ahead and take our final break of the pregame show. When we come back, it's time to get this one started. Take a 2-minute timeout back here at Roseburg High School on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate. Mountain Mike's, pizza the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Head coach, that's Medford, James Whiteman.
Back here at Roseburg High School for tonight's matchup between the Roseburg boys and the South Medford Panthers. Taking a look at tonight's starting lineups. We'll start off with the visiting South Medford Panthers led by head coach James Whiteman, the reigning Southwest Conference Coach of the Year. His starting five will be a senior Deacon Edgar, a 6-foot guard, along with a senior 6-foot guard, Cameron Sewell. A first-team All-Southwest Conference selection as a sophomore, a 6-foot guard, Jackson Whelan. And then you've got another first-team All-Southwest Conference selection as a freshman last year, a 6'4" guard, Bowden Howell. He goes by Bodie. And then a senior 6'4" guard, Ty Henry. Your starting five tonight for the Panthers, coming in with their 15-5 record, 7-0 in conference play. Now for the Roseburg boys, their starting five. As the crowd gets on their feet here tonight, head coach Jordan Humphreys in his fourth year leading the program will put together a starting five that we're familiar with, although one slight alteration. Second team All-Southwest Conference selection, Micah Mendoza, a junior listed at 6'3". Mark Oha, a senior guard at 5'10", will get the start tonight, along with a senior guard at 5'9", Carter Stedman. Boston Williams, an honorable mention All-Southwest Conference selection, listed at 5'11", a senior guard, will get the start. And rounding out the five for the Tribe will be Hunter Fullerton, a senior guard at 6 feet tall. Leading scorers coming into the matchup for Roseburg, Micah Mendoza averaging 18.4 points per game. In conference play, he's averaging 22.2 points per game. That's number one in the league in conference games. On the other side, Bodie Howell, coming off of averaging 31 points per game in 3 games last week. He had a season high of 40 in a win over South Eugene. He is the number 3 scorer in league games, and he's the number 2 scorer overall in Southwest Conference play. Get ready to tip this one off here tonight. We get ready to go in the center circle. Micah Mendoza tipping against Bodie Howell. And we get ready to go. It'll be moving right to left on your radio dial. South Medford in the corner. With it, Howell. He drives to the free throw line in the lane. Jumps up, puts up a shot. No. Tip on the rebound. It is out to Mark Oha. And Roseburg will have it. A deep three by Hunter Fullerton, well off the mark. And both teams coming out empty on their opening possession. Already 30 seconds away here to start this one off. Out at the top with it is Whelan. They'll give it away to the right side. Couple of jab steps by Sewell. Pass it to the right wing. Edgar into the corner. Howell got some space. Drives the big man. Dumps it into the middle. And that's a early 2 for Deacon Edgar. 2-point lead for the Panthers. Up the floor.
Basket by
Pass tipped, but tracking it down is Hunter Fullerton. To the right side, Fullerton, a hesitation step, underhand pass. Boston Williams launches a three. He's knocking that one through. And Boston gives Roseburg their first lead of the night. Quickly up the floor against the press from Roseburg. Driving in, that was Whelan. He'll draw a foul on the floor.
Roseburg foul on number 2.
That foul goes on Carter Stedman, picking up his first. Inbound from the baseline for the Panthers. Into the middle, Howell tips it right back to Whelan. Turnaround jumper, knocks it in. Whelan with his first 2 of the night. 2 leading scorers on this South Medford team. Hunter Fullerton's going to take the right wing three. That one's just a bit long. Long rebound. He tries to save it back in as he goes hard into the stands. Didn't get a chance to throw that one back into play, and it will be South Medford basketball. I think he might have gone into the water cooler down there, and they may have to wipe up some moisture. Well, we've got a break in the action. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on The Score. Joey Keyran here with you at Roseburg High. A 4-3 lead right now for South Medford. 6:26 to go in the opening quarter. On the right side with it, Sewell. Back out to the top. Howell deep beyond the arc. He's not afraid to take that. Whelan will take it in the left wing and the corner. And Whelan gets his first three. He's got 5 in the opening period, and it's out to a 4-point lead for the Panthers. 7-3, 2 minutes into the opening quarter. Mark Oha, pass into the corner, left side for Williams to the top, driving through. Fullerton, dish to the right wing. Stedman driving in, draws a whistle. Call against Deacon Edgar. Edgar will pick up his first foul against the Panthers. And it'll send Carter Stedman to the free throw line. Looking to cut down a 4-point deficit. Tonight's game brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call him at 541-378-6694. First one goes through for Stedman. Second one coming. The senior. A little short. The rebound knocked around. It goes to Mendoza. He lost a handle on it, though. And away with it comes South Medford up the floor. 3-point lead for the Panthers. Sewell in the corner with the three off the front iron. Stedman with the rebound. He'll launch it up the floor, and it's picked off. It's Deacon Edgar, who finds now a wide open underneath Bodie Howell. And Howell gets his first 2 of the night and makes it a 5-point game. Right side, Fullerton from the wing. Drives, attacks, gets airborne, and he'll touch it off the glass and over the iron for 2. Back to a 3-point game. On the right wing with it, Whelan. Out to the top, Sewell. Sewell, right side, working against Stedman. A couple of crossover dribbles between the leg to the left side. Henry into the corner for Howell. He'll take the 3, and he knocks that one down. Bodie Howell, right over the top of the defender, puts that one through. He had the height advantage and was able to just drop it in. Mike Mendoza looking to get going. He drives in from the left side. The spin move back to his left. Makes it a 4-point game. And then quickly on the other side attacking. A rebound down to Fullerton as he boxed out against Bodie Howell. Over in the middle, a toss out to Fullerton to Mendoza, and he swishes in the 3 from the left wing. Makes it a 1-point game. 12-11. A deep 3 by Whelan off the left iron and out of bounds.
James Wilder into the Roseburg lineup.
So 4:24 to go. Roseburg with a chance to take the lead. They've led by 1 in this matchup so far. 4:20 as we enter into the midway portion of this first quarter. Another 3 by Mendoza rattles in. He's got make that 8 in the period now, and he gives Roseburg their largest lead at 14-12. Bounce in the corner. Sewell a 3. That's back iron, no, into the corner. Sewell gets it and finds a cutting Whelan, who will lay it in. He was slicing to the rim to tie it up. 14-all, 3:53. Back to his right hand. Stedman loses the handle. Howell with it, pushes it up the floor. The sophomore attacks right to the rim, hangs in the air, and will kiss it off the glass. Puts South Medford back in front. On the other side we go. Underneath, a miss by Fullerton, a rebound by Stedman, but he's out of bounds and turns it back over to the Panthers. Frantic pace here, both teams wanting to run. Substitutions, Asher Friedenberg and Owen Bentia check into the game. So does Jace Wilder, Williams, Boston Williams, Hunter Fullerton, and Mark Oha all take a seat. South Medford with some substitutions as well. Sewell across the floor to Howell, marked by Friedenberg. to the left hand. Howell driving in. Friedenberg stays in front. Fadeaway jumper. Not much you're going to be able to do against that. Howell puts it in, and now a steal, and he misses. And now a foul in the backcourt. That's against Whelan. And South Medford coach James Whiteman couldn't believe they didn't call a foul after the steal by Howell and the lay-in attempt. He's heated that he didn't get the whistle there, and then a whistle on South Medford in the backcourt. 18-14 the score. South in front right now. Stedman attacks. Hands off. No, into the corner. Mendoza, another three. The lefty, three in the period. Oh, we could be in for a big night tonight if Mendoza and Howell are trading baskets. Two of the top scorers in the conference. Pressure by Roseburg. Howell wide open left wing. Launches the three. No. Off the top of the backboard. It hit the support. It's out of bounds off of the Panthers. And the crowd getting into it here as Roseburg trails by 1 with 2:50 to go in the first quarter. Stedman will bring it up. Right side. Handed off. Friedenberg spins to his left. Out to Bentia. He launches a three. That one's nothing but the net for Owen Bentia, and the sophomore has the three to put Roseburg on top by 2, and a timeout taken by South Medford. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
(20-18), Roseburg in front as they make their 5th three-pointer of the first quarter. Last one made by Owen Bentia. South Medford with the ball after their timeout. Howell gets it to the right wing and back out at the top for him. Into the game, Colby Schuldberg for South Medford. Schuldberg gets it right of the key, beyond the perimeter to Whelan on the left side. Roseburg's defense giving some issues, cutting through the lane. Oh, man, Bodie Howell. He did not need to get set much there. Catch and shoot on the turnaround fadeaway jumper to tie us back up at 20. Mendoza, this time from the right wing. Oh, that one rims out. Didn't want to fall. And the rebound underneath to the Panthers. Howell brings it up on the right side. Crossover, gets a screen, gets to the free throw line at the left elbow. Wanted contact, doesn't get the whistle. Underneath, offensive board and the putback for Tobias Akpen. Akpen has come into the game recently for South Medford. Cutting through the lane, Friedenberg, his lay-in just off the mark. That would have tied us back up. It's 22-20, South Medford in front. Under a minute and a half to play in the opening period. Spin move back to his right. Howell launches underneath. Akpen goes up, gets hit. I believe it's going to be Owen Bentia on the foul.
Foul number 12.
Bentia, the sophomore, picks up his first. 2 team fouls against both sides. Akpen will go to the line, the 6'3" sophomore, averaging 3.8 a game. His first free throw is short. Tonight's ball game is brought to you by our friends at Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Akpen has played in all 20 games this season for the Panthers. He shoots 58% from the line. Second free throw is good. 3-point lead for the Panthers, 23-20. Mark Oha back into the game. Bentia gets a catch-and-shoot three. That one's off, glances off the iron and out of bounds. It will go to the Panthers. Some defensive pressure there on Bentia. Had a couple of hands in his face as he caught that short range from Oha and launched it at the iron. Down to 1:07 to play in the first period. Whelan walks it up, double team to try and trap him. Finds the open man in the middle, and it's good for Dylan Espinoza. 5-point lead. Goal got hit hard. Count it. Count it. Mark Oha driving, slicing through the lane from the right to the left, and he lays it in as he took a forearm across the forehead. The foul goes against Espinoza. And heading to the line for the three-point play is Mark Oha, his first points of the night. Oha averaging 6.3 a game. Trey Finlayson has checked in for Roseburg. Oha with the miss. Rebound down to the Panthers. They'll push it up the floor. Wheeland, to Howell. Gets it right back. He'll launch the three from the left side, and he buries it. His second of the night. Makes it a 6-point game. Wilder gets it back to Fullerton. Right side, marked by Howell. Down to 33 seconds to go in this first quarter. Oha tries to drive, crossover, gives it back. A three by Wilder off the mark, but a rebound underneath and a travel call on Boston Williams. With 23.9 to go, ball back into the hands of South. 28-22 score. Whelan will bring the ball up the floor. Will attack into the front court, then he backs it off. Looking to hold for the final shot. Get it to Whelan, to Howell. It's knocked out of his hands, and finishing is Hunter Fullerton. Roseburg gets two. Back within four. Howell on the three before the buzzer. No. Akpin, his putback is good. A bank shot at the horn for Tobias Akpin, and it's 30-24 at the end of the first quarter. We'll come back after this 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Roseburg basketball out of the first half. Driving in an attack and a block out of bounds by Akpin, but they call a foul on it as Boston Williams drives in and will head to the line to try and cut into a 6-point deficit as we welcome you back here to Roseburg High School. Joey Kieran with you. Boston Williams at the line. 78% shooter hits the first. Leading scorers in the game, 11 for Bodie Howell and 11 for Micah Mendoza. Boston will hit both of them. Makes it a 4-point game. 30-26 here on the floor for South Medford. Whelan driving in, turnaround to his right, puts up the jumper in the lane. No, Wilder down with the rebound. Up the floor to Mendoza. He'll try to attack against Howell. Gets the baseline runner. That one dancing on the iron. Will not fall. Underneath, a fight for the rebound. And South Medford will hang on to it. Up the floor on the right side. Howell against Mendoza. Couple of crossovers. Goes to his right. Spin back to his left. In the lane. Kick to the corner. Out to the top. Howell gets it back on the left wing. Marked by Fullerton. To the top. Espinoza. Back into the hands of Howell. They switch. It's now Wilder on him. He pulls up for the long two. It falls off. Whelan underneath with the board. The putback is good.
Basket by Jackson.
32-26. In the middle. Williams gets it out to Oha. With the right hand. Angles to the right side. Underhand pass to Wilder. Back into the corner. Boston with the three. No. Fighting for the offensive board. Tipped out of the hands of Jace Wilder. And it's last touch by Bodie Howell. Inbound from the baseline for Roseburg. Akpin Edgar, Howell. Into the right side, Fullerton out to the inbound. Driving baseline, the reverse for Hunter Fullerton. Makes it a 4-point game. Driving baseline, a whistle against Roseburg here. .6:28 to go here in the second quarter. Foul goes against Mark Oha. Picks up his first. Oha and Wilder head to the bench. Roseburg with Bentia, Boston Williams, Carter Stedman, Hunter Fullerton, Micah Mendoza on the floor. A 2 by Bodie Howell. Whelan with that 2. Quickly on the other side, a miss by Bentia, put back by Fullerton, no. 34-28, your score. Whelan up the floor, right side. And missed a wide open Ackman underneath. Going with the left hand to the edge. Edgar underneath, right through the hands of Colby Schuldberg. Schuldberg heads to the bench as Cameron Sewell will check in.
South Medford lineup.
Boston Williams brings it up for Roseburg. Stedman gets it at the right elbow, hands it off to Fullerton. He just grazed the iron and out of bounds. Roseburg hit 5 threes in the first quarter, but they have been quiet since an Owen Bentia 3 was the 5th. They hit the first, I don't know about the first 5, but they hit 5, and then they haven't hit one since. Lob back and forth in the backcourt for South, into the front court. Pressure by Roseburg, trying to trap out near midcourt. Sewell attacks, pass underneath to the right block, out to the wing. It is out of the reach of Bodie Howell. Turnover by the Panthers. Roseburg's defense coming up with a disruption there. Now inbound from in front of the student section. Someone's got to help out. Carter Stedman will race to get back into the backcourt to get it. 5.5 to go here in this first half. Roseburg trailing by 6 and a timeout taken by the Indians. We'll go ahead and take one as well. 34-28 our score. We take a 30-second timeout here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Roseburg basketball on the score, brought to you by our friends at Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. A 6-point ball game. South Medford in front. That matches their largest lead of the game. Roseburg will have the basketball out of the timeout. Boston Williams brings it into the front court for the Tribe. Gets it to Bentia at the right wing. Out to the top to Mendoza. Had 11 in the first quarter. A couple of head fakes against Howell. Will draw it out. 5:15 to go here in the second. Roseburg slowing it down. Mendoza waiting for the offense to get moving. Williams gets it at the top. Crossover to the free throw line. Hands it back off to Fullerton. Drives in. Throws up a wild shot. Offensive.
Player control foul on number 24.
Hunter Fullerton with the player control foul. Picks up, I believe, his first. It'll be the 4th team foul against Roseburg. South Medford with the basketball, looking to stretch it to an 8-point game. South Medford with Whelan, Howell, Henry, Edgar, and Sewell. They're starting 5 on the floor. Howell gets it left side beyond the perimeter. Marked by Bentia. Drives to the baseline. He goes with the fadeaway jumper a la Dirk Nowitzki, and he just nails that. It's a pretty shot. He's up got it to an 8-point game. Driving in, Stedman in the lane. Will have to clear, kicks back out, and it's Boston Williams that'll bury one. And that makes it a 5-point game just like that. On the right side, Whelan, pass between defenders, gets it to Howell. A corner three by Edgar, long rebound, weak side. And Mike Mendoza can't pull it in. He was the last to touch it and tips it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Panthers. Inbound. Out to the top. Whelan. Lobs it to the middle. They make a touch pass to Howell. He gets just absolutely drilled as he elevates from the right side, finishes off the glass, and will head to the line for the 3-point play. Bodie Howell with 4 in the period, 15 in the ball game, looking to make it 16 at the line for the first time tonight. That's the first foul on Micah Mendoza. Neither team really in much foul trouble here so far. 5 for Roseburg now, 4 for South Medford. 3:59 just past the midway point of this second quarter. Howell goes to the line. Howell, a 73% free throw shooter, hits it. And just like that, it's back out to an 8-point ball game. Stedman driving right side, looks for the baseline cutter, hands it off to Williams. Boston driving baseline, steps on the baseline. Some pressure there. I believe it was Edgar right up on him, forcing him to the baseline. As the extra defender gets him to step on that baseline. 3:45 to play here in the second quarter. Pass away right side. Sewell against Stedman, holding on the right wing. Dribbles to the top with the left hand. Double team comes. He'll pass it away to Whelan. Whelan attacks. Spin move into the lane to the corner. Howell gets it on the left wing. He'll launch the three. Back iron, no. Rebound. Oh, they call a push on Carter Stedman. It was Boston Williams that ripped the ball out of the hands of Sewell. But it was Carter Stedman that'll pick up the foul. He was on the front side. Boston came from the backside and ripped it out of the hands of Sewell. But they whistle Carter on the foul. Inbound to the right elbow. Howell, turnaround, laser right through. Up the floor. It's now to a 10-point game, largest for South Medford, but answering on the other side is Ben Tia. Much needed bucket for Roseburg. Trying to split 2 defenders. Roseburg basketball. Lost the handle on it, Whelan. It'll go to Roseburg. Sub in is Jace Wilder. Hunter Fullerton will get a breather here. 41-33, 8-point ball game. Roseburg trying to finish out this first half. To the right corner, Stedman looks underneath, gets it to Wilder, working. Tried to spin, got the edge, just enough against Whelan. And Wilder banks it in. Up the floor. 6-point game. Howell fakes the crossover with the right hand, takes it to the top, pass into the corner, a 3 attempt, rims out, dances it around, fight underneath, a jump ball call between Whelan and Mendoza. And the possession arrow favors the Panthers. That 3 from the corner by Ty Henry, just a bit off the mark. It was hanging up there, dancing, bouncing like popcorn on a hot griddle. Tapping around on that iron, just didn't quite have the angle to fall through. Inbound from the baseline. Whelan out to the top to Sewell, rips it out of the way air. Pass left side, Whelan, head fake, drives to the free throw line, pulls up for the jumper, and knocks down the 2. 43-35, 2:15 to go here in this first half. Boston Williams, right-hand dribble to the right side of the key. Back to Wilder. Out at the top, Oha from the right elbow. The jumper is good. Oha with 4 in the game. 43-37, a minute 58 and counting. Switch, Howell has Wilder on him. Drives in, right hand, gets into the lane. A nifty scoop shot for 2. 45-37, Oha stops on the right wing, gets it to Mendoza, who loses the handle. Wasn't expecting the pass, out of bounds. 8-point game, and Roseburg turns it back over to the Panthers. Whalen will bring it up from the backcourt. Boston Williams marks him. Pass it away to Sewell, almost picked off by Oha. To the middle. Howell, the pull-up jumper off the mark. Whelan with the rebound. He'll attack. Goes in. The floater is good. And it's back to a 10-point game. Boston driving. Got it knocked away from behind, and South with the steal, but the steal back. Oha can't heap it. A scramble for it on the ground. Timeout called by Roseburg as Mark Oha has his hands on it. An all-out scramble by both teams to try and get on that basketball with 1:05 left to go in the first half. We'll take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
From a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
65 seconds left to play in the first half. Roseburg down by 10. And what looks to be a sold-out crowd here tonight at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. Boston Williams inbounds to Oha. Back to Boston on the right wing. Bobbled a bit. Roseburg hands off. Mendoza left side. Got some space. He airmails it into the stands, though, on the right side. Well, Roseburg's going to need Micah to get going again. He's got just the 11 from the first period. He hit 3 threes, but he's been quiet since. 50 seconds left to go here in the first half of this ball game. Bounce to the left elbow. Espinoza turns and face, gets it to Ackman. The sophomore bounce it away. Left side, a long 2. Well off the mark by Whelan, but it goes right off the hands of Mark Oha and out of bounds. Couldn't secure the rebound, and Roseburg got their best look at an easy board there. Couldn't hang on to it. Inbound from the baseline for Whelan to Howell in the corner, marked by Mendoza. Left wing, Espinoza out to the top. With it, Whelan. Left side, ball taken away. Micah Mendoza out in front. Will throw down the dunk. See if he can get the crowd going with that two-hand flush. 17 seconds. Roseburg back within 8. 47-39. 10 seconds to go. Whelan looking at the clock. At the center circle. Dribbles left side. Will attack left side. Dumps it off at the last second. Count the bucket and a foul for Tobias Ackman. He hit a buzzer beater at the end of the first quarter. This one leaves 0.8 seconds on the clock, and Ackman has a chance to make it an 11-point ball game if he can hit the free throw before the halftime break. That would be the largest lead of the night for South Medford.
Ackman at the line to shoot 1.
And I think they're going to try and check out. They're going to try and put some time back on the clock, I believe. So they're going to put 2.8 on the scoreboard. Make that 2.0. And some more confusion trying to figure out. Trying to get the scoreboard right here. Looking for 2 seconds, I believe. Right now it's reading 0.2. There we go. 2 seconds to go on the clock. Ackman at the line for the and 1. He is 1 of 2 at the line tonight. He had a career night against Roseburg the first time the two teams met. He's having another big one here tonight. The season high is 12. He's got a chance to get to 8. Rainbow free throw is good. 50-39, a half-court heave by Hunter Fullerton off the mark. And as we go to the break, it is 50-39. Roseburg trailing by 11 as we go to the halftime break. We'll go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back at halftime, we'll take a look at how this first half played out. We'll take a look at some stats. Plus, we've got a scholarship free throw contest going on. We'll tell you more about that when we come back after a 2-minute timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Mountain Mike's. Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Back here at halftime from Roseburg High School, we've got a free throw contest going on for a $1,000 scholarship from the Josh Bidwell Foundation. I heard Kennedy Bayless Hines is one of the contestants. I didn't catch the name of the young man on the other side. They're going 60 seconds trying to see who can hit the most threes, or excuse me, the most free throws. And it's going to be Kennedy Bayless Hines who wins a $1,000 scholarship from the Josh Bidwell Foundation. I think she hit 7 free throws. And I think the runner-up also getting a scholarship offer there as well. Congratulations to those two student athletes. Well, I know Kennedy Bayless Hines was an athlete. I don't want to assume on the other side, but congratulations to those students on earning some scholarship awards here at halftime tonight. Here at the break, it is 50-39, an 11-point lead for South Medford as they head to the locker room. 50 points in the first half for the Panthers. For Roseburg, sitting at 39. Both these teams right now angling to be above their season averages. For South Medford, obviously, if they keep at that pace, you know where that puts them. 50 points in the second half would be a 100-point game, well above their season high. For Roseburg, their season high was 95, but they are on pace for they'd be on pace for 78 right now, which would be a little bit less than their season high, but 72 is their average. Found out it was Sam Corden, the other shooter out there. I believe I heard he got a $250 gift certificate for that, or not gift certificate, but a scholarship to go. He's headed to BYU, they said, over the PA, and Kennedy Bayless Hines heading to UCC. Congratulations to them. Our score here at the break again at 50-39. South Medford leading by 11 at the break, their largest lead of this ball game coming here at halftime. Roseburg hit 5 threes in the first quarter as they were able to hang with South Medford as the Panthers, they're doing a lot of their damage inside. They've got the height advantage, and they've got some absolutely fantastic shooters in Bodie Howell and Jackson Whelan. And they've been able to do the damage from the mid-range shot, which it's not typical. You're not usually seeing mid-range jumpers nowadays. But so far it's been working for South Medford here tonight. It was 30-24 at the end of one period. And then South Medford outscores Roseburg 20-15 in the second quarter. Some work to do after the halftime break. We'll be seeing if Roseburg's able to pull that off here coming up. But as we continue on, we'll go ahead and take a quick 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and look at individual statistics and some other numbers for you from the first half of tonight's ball game. This is Roseburg basketball, streaming online at 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
At the break, Roseburg trailing South Medford 50-39. Tonight's game brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family because they are family. Taking a look at scoring from this one, first half. Now, these are unofficial scores. I believe I am 2 points shy for both teams, so just keep that in mind. What I've got is 18 for Jackson Whelan, 18 for Bodie Howell. Then you've got 8 points for Tobias Ackman, 2 points for Deacon Edgar, and 2 points for Dylan Espinoza. On the other side for Roseburg, leading scorer with 13 is Micah Mendoza. 8 points for Boston Williams, 4 points for Mark Oha, 4 points for Hunter Fullerton, 5 for Owen Bentia, 2 points for Jace Wilder, and 1 point for Carter Stedman. Roseburg with the 6 3-pointers in the first half, 3 for South Medford. And at the free throw line, South is 3 for 4, and Roseburg is 3 for 5 at the charity stripe. That's a look at some numbers from the first half. Other scores to report to you here tonight. The JV game, Roseburg rallying back to win 62-56 here this evening. Congratulations to the Roseburg boys JV team. The Roseburg girls are down in Medford to take on the South girls, and unfortunately, and we knew it would be a tough test there, the South Medford girls ranked number 3 in the coaches poll, one of the top teams in the state. They led 34-17 at halftime against Roseburg. And in the Southwest Conference on the boys' side, Grants Pass leading North Medford 34-19 at halftime. Also tonight, Sheldon hosting Willamette. South Eugene has the night off in conference play. As a look at scores from the first half of tonight's ball game, second half is just about to get underway. Stay with us here as we bring you Roseburg boys basketball on 541radio.com and on the Score. As we get ready for the second half, I want to remind you that we are taking your submissions for our Squares game presented by All Wired Up. Even if you don't know how to do a Squares game and the term just confuses you, don't worry. You don't need to know a single thing. Just get signed up. You're entered into our contest. And then based on the big game on Sunday, you could win a 65-inch flat screen TV from All Wired Up. It comes with installation. Or you could win other prizes from B&D Meats down in Winston. Head to 541radio.com and get signed up now for our Squares game at 541radio.com. All right, we get the second half underway. Roseburg with the basketball now moving right to left on your radio dial, wearing the home whites. A bounce to the free throw line is stolen away by Cam Sewell. Races up the floor, and he'll lay it in. A quick, easy two for South Medford. And they will lead this one by 13. Hunter Fullerton head fake, drives baseline, and looks for the cutter into the corner. Micah Mendoza with a three. It's a bit long underneath. The rebound tipped around, pulled in by Edgar. Up the floor quickly for South Medford. Howell, no look into the middle. Edgar nearly bobbled it away. Back to Howell in the corner. The three flat off the iron into the hands of Carter Stedman. Up the floor to Oha. He'll race through the middle. Out to the right side. Hunter Fullerton a three. It's long underneath. Rebound tipped into the corner. Micah Mendoza will get it. Mendoza, Roseburg's leading rebounder, drives in, had it knocked out of his hand, and now a whistle. They'll call a foul on South Medford to start out this second half. Cam Sewell will get with the whistle. That'll be his first. Neither team really in foul trouble in the first half. Carter Stedman had two for Roseburg, and nobody with more than one for South Medford. Free throw by Mendoza. That one almost took a nap on the back of the iron. Then it just decided to roll right on through. The lefty will go back to the free throw line, looking to get him going here in the second half. Second free throw a bit short, but it will get a friendly roll. And it is in the basket. 52-41, back to an 11-point ball game. Wheeland across the timeline to the left side. Henry to the left wing for Sewell. Sewell marked by Stedman. Goes to his right in the middle. Scoop shot with the English. And Cam Sewell with a quick 4 points here in this third quarter. Mark Oha drives in. He launches one up. He goes to the ground, no whistle. The shot does not go through. And up with it is South. They've been dominating the glass here tonight. Rebounding has been a big boost for the Panthers. Lob underneath, big height advantage for Howell. He'll dump it to Whelan instead. Whelan's runner, no. Howell with the offensive board and the putback. And now a takeaway on the outlet pass up the floor. Whelan in the middle had that ball knocked out of his hands, out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Panthers. South Medford fans on their feet wanting a whistle, didn't get the call. 15-point ball game here for South Medford. Mark Oha to the bench. Jace Wilder in the game for the Roseburg Indians. Lob goes out to the top for Howell. Gives it away to Sewell. Left side, Whelan into the middle. Jump stop. Baseline jumper for Henry. He knocks that one through. 58-41, 17-point game. Stedman driving in. Kicks out. Open look at a three for Mendoza. Right iron, no. Boston Williams underneath. Got the rebound. Knocked out of his hands, but Mendoza there to help collect it. He'll drive in. He gets hit and flushes it through. Roseburg needing that. Heading to the line will go Mendoza. The foul goes on Cam Sewell, picking up his second. Mendoza will go back to the line here in the third quarter. And makes it a three-point play. Makes it a 13-point ball game. 58-45. Up the floor. In the lane, the runner, Whelan, just able to inch his way into the middle, and he was able to flush that one through. I assume he just a two-pointer. 60, I've got it 60-45, the scoreboard reading 44. And an offensive foul called against Hunter Fullerton as he knocks through Jackson Whelan.
Player control foul on number 24, Hunter Fullerton.
Fullerton picks up his second. .5:21 to go here in the third. We're going to correct our scoreboard. I thought it was 45, but the scoreboard says 44. So we're going to stick with that just so we don't have too much confusion. Pulling up right in the middle of the lane, another two-pointer for Jackson Whelan. And Whelan is just inside the arc. Whelan and Howell are just absolutely deadly. Right side, Stedman hands it off to Mendoza. Micah looks to attack one-on-one against Whelan. Lost the defender with the spin cycle, and Mendoza lays it in. 62-46. Was an 18-point lead there for South Medford. One-hand pass right side for Howell at the wing. Edgar drives in. His shot rolls off the back of the iron into the hands of Hunter Fullerton. Up the floor come the Indians. On the right side, Mendoza found a lane, but he'll draw a whistle from Ty Henry. Bodie Howell. Foul's not even against him, but he's looking to the bench going, what can we do different? First foul on Ty Henry. Third foul against the Panthers here in the third quarter. Out to the top, Mendoza launches a three. It's short. Rebound goes right to Wilder. He attacks in. Got bumped, no foul. Tipped back in for Micah Mendoza.
Mendoza.
62-48. Roseburg looking to try and make a run and get back into this one. Whelan driving in. That shot looked like it was tipped at the last second. Howell tried to tip in the offensive board, and then on the rebound, loose ball, it's knocked out by Mendoza. I think Mendoza got a fingertip on that one to affect it at the rim on the shot by Whelan. And then Howell slapped at it, tried to put it through. Inbound in the middle, Howell draws the whistle.
Roseburg foul number 12.
So that'll go on Owen Bentia.
Owen Bentia. Bowden down the line to shoot.
It'll be Bodie Howell to shoot two. He is 1 for 1 at the line so far tonight. The righty makes the first. (63-48). Tonight's ball game brought to you by Flyaway Travel. When you're ready to take that dream trip, contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel. Make sure you have an agent in your corner during these complicated travel times. Call Flyaway at 672-5701. Couple of free throws, good for Howell, and then on the outlet, that pass tipped, and last touch by Roseburg out of bounds. And Roseburg, this seems to be a frustrating night for the Roseburg boys. And that is the type of play that South Medford will do to you. They are relentless, and also they are long and just constantly making life difficult. Racing into the front court comes Howell. Marked by Bentia. Crossover to his left. Gets to the edge. Draws a foul as he got to the blocks. Shot doesn't go. He'll head to the line for another two. 3:43 to play in the third quarter. Right now a 16-point game, and Howell has a chance to stretch it back to its largest lead at 18 for South Medford. His first one is flawless. Tonight's ballgame also brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Both free throws are good for Howell, 66-48. And Roseburg's got to re-energize this building. Got to find some sort of momentum here. Ball lost, and another takeaway by South up the floor to Howell. Goes right to the rim and makes it. And now Howell into the padding hard at the end of that, and he is down. Bodie Howell just needs a moment. I think I just saw him say, I'm good. Might have just had the wind knocked out of him a little bit. But obviously every South Medford player over there knowing very much that their season will depend on his availability. He's good, up and walking around. 3:25 to go in the third quarter. It'll be Roseburg basketball. 20-point ball game. This one escaping Roseburg here tonight at the moment. Still a lot of time left to go in this one, but the Tribe has to start doing something. And Bodie Howell, for the first time tonight, is going to take a seat on the bench. He's been out there every minute of the ball game. And after that run into the pads, he will get a breather. He's getting an entire water bottle. He'll down that before he checks back into the game of the next dead ball. Right side, Fullerton takes it into the corner. Out to the top for Mendoza. Back to the right side for Fullerton. Driving baseline against Sewell. Gets trapped. Lobs it out to the top. And that's an over and back. And Roseburg just once again seeming to make kind of rookie mistakes out there, getting themselves trapped on the baseline. And we've seen this team play dominant at times, but tonight the South Medford team has their number. And right now, South looking dominant with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. A lot of time, though. 20-point ball game. Howell back into the game quickly, knocks down another pull-up jumper. 70-48. Ball knocked out of the hands, and last touch by Roseburg. Timeout taken by Coach Humphreys. And we'll take one as well. We'll take a 30-second timeout. This is Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Roseburg High Sports on the Score, brought to you by our friends at Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. .244 to go in this one, and South Medford is on the verge of making this a runaway here. See what kind of momentum Roseburg can try and get back before this one goes to the fourth quarter. Some pressure in the backcourt. Bodie Howell hit as he gets to the half-court line. Coach Humphreys and assistant coach Robert Johnson both trying to argue their case as Carter Stedman will pick up his third. Fourth team foul against Roseburg. Howell gets it in the backcourt. Brings it up against Asher Vredenberg. Toss it to Ackman. Back to the top. Espinoza. A lot of quick passes to the top, back to the hands of Whelan, who draws it out. 2:20, ball knocked away by Vredenberg. He's got the breakout, and he travels. Coach Humphreys can't believe it. It was a bit of an awkward kind of jump stop carry through. Vredenberg was worried about the defense and turns it over. Pass underneath. Espinoza high off the glass. On the feed by Jackson Whelan. 72-48. 24-point ball game. Enter it down to Wilder. Back to his left hand. And Jace Wilder will stop the bleeding just a bit. Makes it a 22-point game. And a foul in transition. Whelan draws the whistle from Micah Mendoza. That's his second. Some frustration, it looks like, maybe for Roseburg getting in there. So maybe that's what they need to get something lit up on them here. Into the game, Mark Oha checked in for Carter Stedman. Colby Schuldberg will come in for Cam Sewell. Inbound from the far sideline. Howell gets it on the left wing. Driving to the baseline. Howell gets hit as he launched it out to the top. No one in particular there.
Foul number 30.
They'll give that to Asher Vredenberg. Vredenberg picks up his first. Inbound from the baseline. Fake the pass to Howell. And into the corner. Out to the top for Whelan from Schuldberg. Whelan to the left elbow. Pass back out to Howell. His three rattles out. Wilder, pass up the floor to Vredenberg. He lost the handle. Bodies on the floor. Ball kicked around. And it is a takeaway by South. Up the floor. And it's Bodie Howell with the two-hand flush. Up the floor now. Mendoza out in transition. And he'll get two. 74-52. Howell out at the top. Spin move back to his right. Drives in. Soars to the iron. Jace Wilder look to attack on the left side. Back to Oha. Head fake. Back out. Wilder to the free throw line. And a whistle. Stops play. Foul against South Medford. This will go against
South Medford foul on number 32, Dylan Espinoza.
Dylan Espinoza picking up his second. Boston Williams into the game for Jace Wilder. Micah Mendoza with it on the right side against Howell. Driving in. Almost had it taken away. Got in with his back to the basket. He flips it through with the left hand and draws the whistle. Mendoza with the finish against Bodie Howell, picking up his first. And to the free throw line will go Mendoza. The lefty makes the three-point play. 24 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Whelan works it up the floor into the front court. Angles to the left side. Looks to the bench, waiting for the last shot here in this third quarter. Howell gets it out at the top. Pass to a wide open Atkin underneath, and they'll call the offensive. Ackman put a shoulder into Mark Oha, who saw it coming, and he went down to the ground hard to sell it. And with 6.1 seconds to go, Roseburg will have the basketball. Looking to finish out this third quarter with hopefully a couple more points. Oha gets it, races to the front court. Will launch the three, just short, and that is the end of the third quarter. 76-55. South Medford is rolling right now. Fourth quarter coming up on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Okay.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Fourth quarter action for you here from Roseburg High School. Right now it is South Medford in control, leading 76-55 against Roseburg in a Southwest Conference battle between first and second. South looking to win their 18th consecutive Southwest Conference game. Driving in, Bowden Howell draws a foul. Went right into the body of a couple of Roseburg defenders. 3 of them, in fact, just draw enough contact to go to the free throw line. Roseburg hits the penalty here, so into the bonus for South Medford. Howell flicks it up to the iron and puts it through. I had him at 32 points through 3 quarters of play, make it 33. He had a 40-point game last week against South Eugene, and he is getting into that territory once again. Making it a 22-point ball game. And he hits them both. 78-55. Into the corner for Fullerton. Head fake, trying to drive against Schuldberg. Pass into the corner to Williams. A left wing 3. Owen Bentia will hit the first 3 for Roseburg since in the second quarter. Makes it a 20-point game, but on the other side, answering is South Medford. Espinoza got free underneath. A 3 from the right side. Bentia no underneath. Ackman with the rebound, trying to poke it away was Fullerton, and he gets whistled for the reach-in foul. 7:10 to go in the ball game, 80-58. Tonight's ball game is brought to you by Good Vibrations Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Hunter Fullerton will head to the bench. Chase Wilder back in. So is Carter Stedman checking in for Mark Oha.
At the line to shoot, 1-and-1.
1-and-1 opportunity here for Tobias Ackman. And he will earn himself a second free throw. High scoring affair tonight for South Medford. Second free throw, missed everything. So Ackman with his high arcing free throw shots gets 1 out of 2.
Ty Henry into the South Medford lineup.
81-58. A 23-point ball game. Stedman hands it off. Mendoza will launch a 3, and he buries one. His 4th of the ball game. Back to a 20-point game. Bowden Howell crossover, looks up the floor, got it to Henry. No look into the middle. He launches into the corner. Underneath, Bentia with the rebound. Lobs up the floor, soaring to the rim goes Micah Mendoza. And then up the floor, Roseburg gets a steal. Looking to try and make a little bit of a run here. Stedman splitting defenders. Count the bucket. Yes, they will. Carter Stedman with the bucket and the harm. And Roseburg back within 16, looking to make it a 15-point game at the line as Carter Stedman getting his first field goal of the night. And substitutions back in for South Medford. Appears that Coach Whiteman not wanting to let Roseburg build any sort of momentum here with 6.5 to play in the fourth quarter. Stedman at the line. Got it. 3-point play for Carter Stedman. Makes it a 15-point game. Here's Roseburg's chance. They're on a bit of a run. Got to keep it going. Whelan up the floor. Makes the no-look pass to Henry underneath. No, got his own rebound. Put back is good. 83-66. Fake the handoff. Got it to Bentia. He bobbled it. He'll try to attack against Henry. Throws up a wild shot and pulled down by South. No whistle. Up the floor. Oh, that ball looked like he got a clean hand in there to poke it away. But it might have been the offhand for Micah Mendoza as Cam Sewell ends up on the ground. Whistle. Mendoza picks up his third, I believe. And it will be free throws here for Cameron Sewell. Sewell goes to the line for a 1-and-1. Cameron Sewell shooting 77% at the free throw line this season. Micah Mendoza, Owen Bentia check out of the game. Hunter Fullerton in along with Asher Friedenberg. Cameron Sewell.
1-and-1 for Cameron Sewell.
First free throws of the night for him. 4 points in the ball game. Can't get the first one to go, so Roseburg will not give up points on that one. Driving in the lane, Boston Williams lays it in. Pass up, Edgar into the corner for Sewell. Sewell back out to Whelan. On the right side, driving against Stedman, gets in the middle with the runner off the back of the iron. It's no good. Stedman with the rebound up the floor. That ball tipped away by by Sewell, and it's Edgar that does get it into the corner. It's Whelan for three. Back iron, no good. Underneath, the putback, none other than Bodie Howell. And Roseburg is down by 17. They had it down to 15, but a little bit of a run, and South Medford able to get the stop. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Roseburg with the basketball out of the timeout by South Medford. A three off the mark by Hunter Fullerton. Up the floor, Bodie Howell, a deep three. Nothing but net. And that's his second of the night, and I've got him now at 39. He makes it a 20-point game again, driving in. Hunter Fullerton, his shot swatted, and his mouth agape. Ty Henry can't believe he gets a whistle on the block shot. Henry picks up his second, and to the free throw line will go Hunter Fullerton.
Hunter Fullerton, the line shoot 2.
Fullerton will make the first. Quiet night for him, just 5 points. Carter Stedman will head to the bench. Micah Mendoza comes in. Well, Bodie Howell could be finding himself on the verge of some history. 88-70 your score. Howell driving in, spin move in the lane. He gets hit as he goes up, and he will head to the free throw line. He had 40 last week against South Eugene. And I believe the school record is 43 for South Medford. I was just reading about it earlier. Why I can't remember, I don't know. Howell at the line. And I've got that down for 40 for him. Second free throw coming up. Got it. 90-70, 4:47 to go in the corner. Asher Friedenberg tries to attack, draws it back out. To the left side, Friedenberg at the wing, needed help, got it from Mendoza. Mendoza launches a three, he banks it in. He's got 5 threes in the ballgame, and it's been a big day for Mendoza. He's at 35 on the night. Whelan drives in high off the glass for Jackson Whelan, another 2. 92-73. Mendoza drives in, and he fights through contact to get it to fall. 92-75. A couple of scoring powerhouses going at it here tonight. A 3 by Whelan rattles in, and it's just going to be flying from everywhere right now. 95 points on the night for Medford. They have set a new season high. 3:58 to go still in this one, and a timeout on the floor. Let's take a 30-second timeout. Back after this on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Back here at Roseburg High School. 41 by my count for Bodie Howell, which puts him 2 points away from setting the school record at 40, or tying the school record at 43, just so you know. On the other side, Micah Mendoza having a big night tonight, too. He'll launch a deep 3 out of the timeout. It's just a bit short. Rebound tipped around, and South comes away with it. Whelan gets it, will bring it up the floor. Whelan trapped out at midcourt, gets it to Howell, pass into the corner, a 3 off the front iron. Fullerton with the board. Lobs up to Mendoza, who will put it through. Another 2 for Micah. 95-77, high scoring night tonight. Wide open, Edgar gets it to the baseline. Henry, his 2 is long. Williams with the rebound and a foul. And it'll be a 1-and-1 on the other side. Both teams into the bonus. South Medford in the double bonus. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And then you've got 35, 36, 37, 38. I've got Micah at 39 points tonight. And I'm trying to think. I think Colin Warmoth broke Mike Pardon's school record of 42 points, or maybe tied it. God, I'm trying to date back to a couple of years ago. Mike Pardon in the house tonight. Former Roseburg coach as well as standout. Boston Williams at the line. A 1-and-1 opportunity will hit the first. That was in a playoff game back in 2019 that Colin Warmoth set that record, or tied it at least. Last season of Mike Pardon's career here at Roseburg High. 95-79, Bodie Howell, the 3, and there it is. I believe that'll be a new school record for Bodie Howell as he makes it 98-79. 3 minutes to play. Offensive foul on Hunter Fullerton, driving baseline. So I think that puts Bodie Howell at 44 points tonight, unofficially. And that is the 5th on Hunter Fullerton. I missed one in there, so Hunter will foul out of this game. Yeah, he will. So I believe tonight we've seen Bodie Howell break a record from... Let's see. Bill Singler said it had 43 points in 1971 against Ashland when it was just Medford High School. That was the school record at 43 points set by current South Medford football head coach Bill Singler. His nephew, Kyle Singler, also in there, 41 points in a career game. Right now it's 98-79. Jackson Whelan driving up, stops at the free throw line. Into the middle, Cam Sewell, his shot rolls off the iron. Bentia with the rebound, up the floor to Boston. He'll launch a left wing 3. That one rims out. Asher Friedenberg underneath, fights for the rebound. His shot blocked, and a scramble for it. Boston lands on the back of Cam Sewell.
Roseburg foul on number 15.
And it'll be a foul on Boston Williams. And we'll go to the free throw line as we are in the bonus here. Sewell will head to the line. That was the first on Boston. 19-point game. This will be the highest scoring game for a Roseburg opponent. First shot off the mark for Sewell. Ackman will come into the game. Second free throw for Sewell is good. 99-79. Boston Williams brings it up the floor. Bounces into the hands of Micah Mendoza. Launches a deep three, front of the iron. That one just needed a little bit more behind it. Roseburg trying to trap in the backcourt. Pass tipped away. And a foul on the breakaway. Espinoza going to get called for the foul. And it'll send Asher Vredenberg to the free throw line.
Foul number 32, Dylan Espinoza. Asher
Vredenberg, scoreless tonight, will try to get his first. First one rims off the back of the iron. Second free throw here for Asher. An 83% free throw shooter. He does hit the second. 99-80. Whelan. Pass, trying to step back into the corner. Sewell. That might have been a double dribble. Wide open underneath was Espinoza. He lays it off the glass. Over 100 tonight for South Medford. 101-80. A three by Bentia. No. Underneath Ackman with the rebound. Pass tipped. Howell will track it down. Directing traffic as he comes up the floor. A three from the left side by Whelan. His fourth. 104-80. 134 to go in this one. In the middle, Jace Wilder too strong with the right hand. Espinoza pulls in the rebound. Ackman to Sewell in the corner. The right side three. No. Rebound got tipped to Sewell. Howell, a wide open three. You leave him that wide open, he'll knock it down. His fourth three of the night, 107-80. And I think that puts him at 47. He's close to a 50-burger. A three by Vredenberg, no. Bentia got the rebound. Vredenberg into the corner. Wilder a three. No. Underneath. Rebound tip to Whelan. Races it up the floor. No look. Lob to the rim. Finish by Bowden Howell. 109-80. Stop this one. And we're getting some substitutions. So Bowden Howell, he is going to have a career night here tonight and sets a new school record. I've got him, I believe, over 50 points here tonight. There was no timeout taken. It was just getting subs in, I guess. Going to get Trey Finlayson, Keegan Cleary, Julian Lopez, Mark Oha, and Vincent Ash are coming into the game. This is a big one here tonight. Mark Oha, left side. Trey Finlayson will launch a three. No. Rebound tipped around. It's picked up by Deacon Edgar. He'll race it and track it down in the front court. Puts it off the backboard for two. 111-80. I have not seen a score like this in my time doing high school basketball. Ash gets it at the top on a loose ball. Into the corner. Finlayson out to Lopez. He drives. Tries to kick it into the corner. That pass tipped out of bounds. 19.9 seconds to go in this one. All done but the final horn here on a record night for South Medford. Lopez. Oha launches a three. Misses about everything. And South is going to slow it down. There it is, your final horn, 111-80. South Medford will get the win on a huge night tonight. And South will stay undefeated in conference play. Roseburg will fall to 4-3. And the Panthers now with an 18-game Southwest Conference winning streak on a big night tonight for sophomore Bodie Howell, setting a new school record by all accounts. We'll talk more about it in the postgame show when we come back. This is Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Well, we welcome you back here to Roseburg High School, where tonight South Medford remains perfect in conference play with a massive win over Roseburg by a final score of 111-80. And this one got out of hand, well, kind of early. An 11-point game at halftime. And Roseburg just really never had a chance to mount a comeback in this one. I've got unofficial numbers here tonight, and we'll definitely be double-checking these for our post-game report. But let's see here. 35 points in that fourth quarter for South Medford. Uh-oh, there goes my pen. And Roseburg had 25 points in the final quarter in this one. So it was South Medford, this one back and forth early, but South building a double-digit lead in the first half, and then able to stretch it out big time in this one, and winning it 111-80, one of the highest scoring high school games I have ever seen. And tonight, I believe we got a career night for Bodie Howell, setting a career high and a new school record for South Medford. Coming into it last week, he was close with 40 points in a game against South Eugene. Tonight, he blows by that with unofficially 49 here tonight. And so, we'll see how that one continues on here this evening. Joining me here in the post-game show is head coach Jordan Humphreys to talk a little bit about this one. Coach, I know not the result you were looking for here tonight. That South Medford team, when they get going, they're a tough one to stop. Let's double check here on your microphone. Sorry, Coach. There we go. That should work for you.
You got me now?
Yeah, I got you there.
Okay, perfect. They're definitely good. First of all, thank you to all the fans that were here. One of the things we talked about was getting fans here, and these guys have been playing exciting basketball, and they packed the house tonight. There were a lot of fans. It was loud. It was hot. It was sweaty, and hopefully they enjoyed the show. South Medford guys put on a show.
Yeah.
I think Bodie had over 50.
I have him down for 49, but I think I was missing a couple of points in there, so he might have been over 50. I wanted to double check with your books.
Yeah, and Jackson's solid. They're obviously both pretty good athletes. We weren't trying to do a track meet tonight. We had a couple things that we were trying to do to stop them, but they got a little bit of a lead, and once they get a lead, then we had to try something a little bit different. But, they played great basketball, those two guys, a couple of the top two in the state, and they definitely showed it tonight. And they played well.
Yeah, they really did. I had Whelan down for 30. So those two, we knew that they combined for a lot. And, is it just their size? South Medford, I was surprised. I know that you guys are willing to put up a lot of threes. South will take a lot of mid-range jumpers, and that style is not necessarily a style of basketball you see a lot in high school ball anymore. Is it just a style that they play, or just the talent by their athletes that really can give you a lot of issues?
Mostly it's Bodie and Jackson.
Yeah.
They've been working on the mid-range game forever. Both of them lived by it their freshman and sophomore years, and they've definitely put the time in to make those shots work. And it's not like Bodie's shots were easy. He's shooting those fadeaway shots. Yeah, exactly. And he's put a ton of time into it. And Jackson has great body control, and he's super quick. And that's just the way those two guys play. And obviously they can shoot from outside as well.
We talked about it in the pregame about how, you looked at the Mountain View game. The first time you played them, it went one way. The second time you played them, it went a different way. You were kind of hoping for something similar here tonight with South Medford. Did you feel like this game was, despite the score, better than the first effort you had against South Medford? And what ways you see that this game worked out differently?
The offensive adjustments that we made running our offense were better. We executed those, and we were in the position that we wanted to be in as far as the adjustments we made there. Our defensive adjustments didn't work out, and that's not on the players, that's on the coaches. Our game plan wasn't the correct game plan, obviously. I think our guys worked extremely hard. We definitely could have rebounded a little bit better, but our game plan wasn't the correct one to put ourselves in a position to win a whole basketball game.
We talked about how you guys had the bye week prior to this matchup against South Medford, so we know that going on here out, it's Tuesday, Friday nights here the rest of the way out in conference play. Still a lot to play for this Roseburg team. I know that South now has a nice hold on first place in the league, but playoff spots and positioning, your RPI, all of that stuff is on the line. Coming up next for Roseburg, going to be on the road at Willamette. What's the message post-game here, and what's the kind of mindset you guys try to take into this rest of the season? Is it's not going to be easy to try and finish things out strong?
The message is easy because our goals are to get a playoff game and a home playoff game, and we're still in position to do that. Our fate is in our own hands as far as reaching our goals, and that means we got to take care of our business. This one would have been nice for a lot of reasons for these guys, but it doesn't change that we're in control of our own destiny to reach our goals. So the message is, hey, we're tied for second with North Medford at 4-3, and we got to take care of ourselves, and then we can still reach the goals that we have for ourselves.
You pretty much got a chance to kind of control your own destiny for that number 2 spot in the conference with the teams all behind you, coming still up on the schedule left to go this season. Coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here tonight. Pretty special night for, obviously, South Medford, but still, I think as a basketball fan, you got to be a bit impressed by what Bodie Howell did tonight.
Yeah, Bodie and Jackson both, and even Micah. I'm pretty sure Micah had 41.
Okay, is that what you guys? I had him at 39, but again,
I don't know.
I was missing. Yeah,
I haven't even looked at the book yet.
Yeah,
but
I was going to have you bring that up, and we'll double check here at some point.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a different style of game, and I think I said it after South Eugene. Some purists will look at this game and be like, "What are they doing?" And we've committed to this style with this group. Like it or not, it's still fun to watch. I mean, there's definitely some possessions where, growing up being a defensive guy, that I've shifted a little bit. That it aches me to see some of the stuff that we do and some of the stuff that we give up. But it's kind of the culture of basketball right now, and that's it's exciting.
Yeah.
Can't say it's not.
Definitely a good night for Micah in there as well. His game, just what he was able to do to try and kind of at times give you a spark. His ability to score is, based on the stats, he's up there with a Bodie Howell and a Jackson Whelan. He is up there among those top scorers in the conference. So his ability to score, obviously, that brings something for what you guys are able to do as well.
Yeah, and I would even say we had a chance there on the fourth. I think maybe it was the third, 72-60. We cut it to 12.
Yeah, you did cut it down.
And at this pace, that's
manageable.
2 buckets and 2 stops away from being in a position that we wanted to be in, and it just didn't happen tonight.
Well, it was a interesting one here tonight, and 111 is not a game I thought I would see much often in a high school basketball game, but there we go. 111-80, the final score, South Medford over Roseburg, and joining us, head coach Jordan Humphreys here in the postgame. Coach, thanks so much for the time, and we'll look forward to resetting and heading up to Eugene for a matchup against Willamette coming up on Friday.
Yeah, again, thank you to all the fans that were here. Thanks for those that are watching. Appreciate all your support.
Yeah, it was a great crowd tonight, and it was great to have it. Coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here tonight in the post-game show. We appreciate him spending a couple of minutes with us. So, obviously, I do need to confirm all of our numbers here, but taking a look at what I had, and I knew I was missing 2 points in the first half, so those might go to Micah Mendoza and Bowden Howell. I had Howell with 49, Whelan with 30, Espinoza with 8, 9 for Henry. No, sorry, make that 4. 5 for Sewell, 4 for Edgar. On the other side, 39 for Micah Mendoza. If he did get over 40, that puts him in pretty rarefied air in Roseburg scoring history. I just saw former coach and former player Mike Pardon exiting the gym here tonight just moments ago. He had the school record until it was Colin Warmott that broke it back in 2019 with a 40-point game in a playoff game at Tigard. But let's see here. In double figures, Boston Williams with 10, and then nobody else. 8 for Owen Bentia, 4 for Mark Ohoff, 4 for Carter Stedman, 4 for Jace Wilder, 6 for Hunter Fullerton, and 1 for Asher Vredenberg. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for this evening's contest. I'm going to go with Micah Mendoza with his 39, maybe 40 points here tonight. So Micah Mendoza will get the Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. That's Mountain Mike's Pizza the way it ought to be. And by my tally, your rebound leader tonight, I've got that as Jace Wilder once again getting your in the paint rebound leader. Brought to you by Colorcraft. That is Colorcraft. They are a paint store, not a paint department. So when you're looking to get in the paint, remember to check out Colorcraft, the only Benjamin Moore dealer in Douglas County. You're in the paint rebound leader receiving a $10 gift certificate to Java Run. Thanks to Colorcraft, that is Jace Wilder. All right, next up for South Medford, they will have a week off. They'll be playing next Tuesday at Grants Pass. For Roseburg, they're back at it coming up on Friday as they travel to Willamette to take on the Wolverines. We're going to wrap it up there, folks. Tonight's game also been brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. By DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. And by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. We'll be back on the air coming up on Friday night from Eugene and Willamette High School, so we look forward to that. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. We want to say thanks to the South Medford Panthers for making the trek up here tonight. An exciting ball game for everybody involved. Big thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bolin, Head Coach Jordan Humphreys, and the entire Roseburg basketball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on The Score. I want to say thanks to Abby Knight back in the studio for the radio production here this evening, and thanks to Landon, who helped out with the video stream here tonight on site at Roseburg High. Also want to say thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran. We will talk to you on Friday night when Roseburg visits Willamette for a 6:45 tip-off. That means we'll be on the air at 6:30. You can catch the action streaming live online at 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.